Hey everyone, welcome back to Strategy School. Today, we'll be talking about one of my most hated strategies out there, as it involves one of the characters that I genuinely hate with just how overpowered he is at the moment. Of course, we're talking about Silverwolf, and now more specifically, how you can use ISO Silverwolf the most effectively. Let's get into it. Now, firstly, let's talk about what Silverwolf actually does in the first place. As you can see here, I don't even have him bought. I don't have him bought in any accounts. I really hate this character. I just despise Silverwolf so much. Why is that, you may ask? Well, he has so many options to score or to actually bail when he is actually scoring. Not to mention, he has a set of skills that in my opinion just doesn't really make sense when it comes to making a fair character. Let me explain this properly. So firstly, he is a shooting guard. What does that mean? That means that automatically he has step back, dribble, and he also has fadeaway 3-pointer. Now, that alone, those combo, it's not really, unstoppable. It's not really the best unstoppable combo out there. But with Silverwolf, he has this skill, which is Smart Layup. Well, Smart Layup 2, but Smart Layup in general. What does that mean? That means that not only can Silverwolf step back and shoot fadeaway 3-pointers, Silverwolf can also attack the basket and slash inside. And to me, that's just unfair. And that's not even the worst part. Not only can he attack the inside, but he can also pass the ball away when attacking. That means he also is a great passer. But not only that, Silverwolf can also actually double pump. That means Silverwolf has so many options on how to score. You want to know what the worst part is? Even if he actually has these two as his main scoring option, if he is getting defended well, he still has another scoring option with turnaround hook. This is Havok's exclusive skill, and Silverwolf has it as well. It's not really the hardest skill to block, but it isn't really exactly easy either. So I really hate Silverwolf because of how good he is, of how accurate all his shots are. And with Ace, he's even more unstoppable with his 3-pointer. Anyway, that's why I really hate Silverwolf, but he is the main character that we're going to be talking about when it comes to this strategy. So let's get into it. Alright, so how does the ISO Silverwolf strategy actually work? It's actually pretty simple. The point guard and the big stay outside on the 3-point line. The big screens for the point guard, and Silverwolf is left alone on the middle of the court. He's either going to do a smart layup, but then double pump, to do a smart layup and then layup pass to the point guard who is getting screened by the big, which means Silverwolf's defender is most of the time just one guy. Or he can also step back and do a fadeaway 3. Yeah, it's really difficult to actually stop this strategy, and it's very much overpowered. I'd say it's probably the strategy with the highest winning percentage in the entire game. Silverwolf is most likely the character with the highest winning percentage if it were played by the best character or best players in the game. So yeah, that is how the strategy really works on a basic level. And again, the main character here is going to be Silverwolf. So let's talk about abilities. what are you going to want to give Silver Wolf? Well, he doesn't miss any of his smart layups. He doesn't really miss the double pumps either. He also is very much consistent with that turnaround hook. Not as consistent as the smart layups, but consistent enough. And his passing is already good even with just 62 pass. He's also very, very speedy. He's a really good defender in the perimeter because of his speed. So he's pretty much almost perfect. So what else are you gonna give him but just pure 3-pointer? Make his fadeaway 3-pointer even deadlier than it already is. Just give him max 3 points, and Silver Wolf is going to be a deadly assassin for you. That's it, just give him pure 3-pointer, and this strategy is going to work even better. Now, the big that you want to actually use with this strategy is, of course, you guessed it, another OP character, Robbie. His speed mode is just way too good to pass up, and it works the best with Silver Wolf's passing gameplay as well. So you are gonna want to use Robbie if you can, and good substitutes for this would be Vanessa, or Victor can actually work as well, or Bigo with their dunking pass. It might work pretty well for you with other strategies, but Robbie is the main big that you're gonna want to get. And you can either give him pure speed, or pure power, or pure speed, or maybe half power, half speed. But either one of those works, and yeah, Robbie's the big that you're gonna want to pick if possible. And with the point guard, you're gonna want to use someone who specializes in shooting, and the best one I've found is Jackie with his fadeaway 3-pointer. His level 4 fadeaway 3 points is just so useful, combined with Robbie's screens and Silver Wolf's passes. Yeah, Jackie's fadeaway 3 points is the best in the entire game when paired with these two. So you can he is the best option to use with the Silver Wolf strategy. Nana can also be used, Mo Chen or Lily. These three are good substitutes, but yeah, Jackie is the one that you're gonna want to get if you are actually able to. And just like Silver Wolf, you're gonna want to actually increase Jackie's 3-point rating as well. He almost never misses with his fadeaway 3, and adding more just makes him even more accurate. So yeah, make sure to give him pure 3-pointer, maybe some speed in here and there, but overall you should be able to sink all your fadeaway trees as long as you're wide open. So to better explain the strategy, all you're gonna want to do is to give Silver Wolf the ball once he enters the paint. The point guard goes to the 3-point line and away from Silver Wolf, and the big just follows the point guard. Silver Wolf will then attack the basket, or do a step back to a fadeaway 3, or attack the basket and then pass if he gets double teamed, which leaves the point guard with a wide open 3. And rinse and repeat. That's it. You just keep repeating the exact same thing over and over again, and that's the Silver Wolf strategy. Now let's go ahead and look at the match where we do the strat, and we'll talk about this strat a little bit more. So firstly, let's talk about matchup. What are the matchups that you're gonna want to get and that you're gonna want to avoid? And in all honesty, there isn't really a matchup that you're going to want to get or avoid. The matchup that you're going to get, you're almost always going to have the advantage because of just how cheesy you are. This strategy works well with any, and I mean any team that you come up against. It's always going to be really, really tough to actually defend Silver Wolf properly, And this strategy is always going to have a good matchup against any strategies in the entire game. If you were to want to actually avoid any matchups though, I'd say it's probably Alto the most, since he actually dunks in offense, which Silver Wolf isn't really a good dunk blocker, so there's that. But he also has good reach with his diving block against his fadeaway tree and against his smart layup as well. Alto does a good enough job compared to other characters when it comes to shutting that down. So yeah, I'd say Alto is his main weakness, and maybe Mary and Dora as well when it comes to actually defending the point guard. Tro and Boa is there as well. Maybe Neko and Justin, but honestly it's pretty hard to actually steal the ball away from Silver Wolf if you know how to pass properly. So yeah, those are your possible counters. Again though, in all honesty, you have a really good matchup against any strategies that you actually go up against. So yeah, don't be afraid. As long as you know what you're doing, you have a pretty good chance of winning against any strategies with the Silver Wolf strategy. Next up, we'll talk about the difficulty of actually doing this strategy. And in all honesty, it does take some practice to perfect it. It's not really hard. I wouldn't say it's a hard strategy to pull off. It's not really that hard, but it does require some time to actually get the hang of things. For your teammates to actually know what they're doing if they're not used to this strategy, it does take some practice. I'd say it's very similar to, Randy, ISO Randy. I think it's very similar to that strategy, and the amount of experience that you're gonna want to get is about the same as well with ISO Randy. These two strategies are very similar. That's why, they are very much popular, especially to high tiers. But yeah, I'd say it's not too difficult, but it does take some time to actually master it. Finally, we'll talk about meta, and it's meta. It is meta. It is very much meta. It's one of, if not is the most used strategy in the entire game, especially when you fight against high tiers. Maybe Randy or ISO Randy actually, surpasses it in terms of popularity and usage, but yeah, it's pretty much meta as well. Everybody always uses this whenever they can. It's one of the most popular strategies out there for a good reason. It's incredibly, and I mean incredibly effective. It is one of the hardest strategies to actually stop in the entire game. So yeah, this strategy, ISO Silver Wolf, very overpowered, just like Randy or ISO Randy, or just like Alto Dunk Spam. These three strategies, they really dominate the game right now with just how powerful they really are. I'll go ahead and leave early now. I'm really sick of talking about Silver Wolf, but yeah, I hope that this video has been helpful, and I'll catch you in the next one.
This one a week. She didn't even want to get it. About 15, so I'm about to be in the scene. So the scene is set, and I got to roll. Rolling on them thick ass